Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're unpacking a massive digital phenomenon that's actively unfolding right in front of us. Now, the 2026 World Cup might still feel like it's a long ways off, right? But on YouTube, the tournament has already started. We're seeing this absolute explosion of content, predictions, live news drops, and rapid-fire analysis that is completely hacking the algorithm and capturing audience attention on a staggering scale. Today, we're going to look at exactly how independent creators are building viral empires out of sheer anticipation. 116,619. That's the amount of views a creator named Drogbaba received on a World Cup prediction video in just 15 hours. Think about that for a second. We aren't talking about official licensed match footage here or exclusive locker room interviews. We're talking about a creator sitting down, making predictions about an event that hasn't even happened yet, and pulling in audience numbers that honestly rival traditional television networks. So how exactly are they pulling this off?
Well, let's dive right into it. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the unprecedented 2026 chaos, then break down the anatomy of viral hooks, look at the live stream advantage, how creators are leveraging football megastars, and finally, unpredictability as a strategy.
All right, Section 1, the unprecedented 2026 chaos.
You see, the structural changes to the upcoming tournament have fundamentally changed the game for content creators. The 2026 tournament features a massive expansion to 48 teams. It's being hosted across 3 different countries, and it utilizes a completely brand new format. Channels like 1MUFC and Drogbaba actually explicitly cite these exact factors in their content. 1MUFC literally says in their video description that this tournament is going to be absolute chaos, pointing out that the old rules just don't apply anymore. Creators are weaponizing this structural chaos to set incredibly high stakes for their videos. Because the format is completely new, nobody actually knows what to expect, and that giant knowledge gap, that's exactly what viewers are clicking to fill.
And this brilliantly illustrates the current media landscape we're living in. Look at these numbers. A legacy sports giant like ESPN FC pulls an incredible 7.3 million views in a single day with actual Brazil versus Egypt match highlights. But right alongside them, you have independent creators like Drogbaba and 1MUFC pulling 116,000 and 65,000 views in a matter of hours purely on video-on-demand predictions. They don't have the multi-million-dollar broadcast rights, they don't have a single frame of match footage, but they're essentially acting as their own live news networks, capturing a massive slice of the viewership pie through sheer velocity and incredibly engaging formats.
Which brings us to Section 2, Anatomy of Viral Hooks.
Let's read this exact quote taken straight from 1MUFC's video description. Am I crazy, or is this exactly how the tournament plays out? Watch to find out why I might have to apologize to an entire country. I mean, this is just masterful. It injects personal drama right from the jump, promises a highly controversial take, and teases a literal apology. It takes a standard run-of-the-mill sports prediction and transforms it into a high-stakes psychological narrative. The viewer isn't just clicking to see who wins the cup. They're clicking to see who this creator managed to offend and why. And, let's be honest, probably secretly hoping it's their rival team.
Now, let's compare these two actual titles from our sources. On one hand, Drogbaba uses this intense, in-your-face capitalization, my crazy FIFA World Cup 2026 predictions. It's loud, it's energetic, and it completely screams that the content inside is going to be wild and unstructured. Then, on the other hand, 1UFMC uses a completely different tactic. I predicted the entire 2026 FIFA World Cup. I'm sorry. That little bracketed apology? That generates immediate, irresistible curiosity. These are two completely different viral hooks, one relying purely on hype, the other on emotional vulnerability, but both are perfectly engineered to stop you dead in your tracks while scrolling.
Moving right along to Section 3, the live stream advantage. If we contrast these two formats, the strategy becomes super clear. Your highly edited, video-on-demand content relies heavily on pre-planned brackets, dramatic jump cuts, and those emotional apology hooks we just talked about. But live streams, they are a whole different beast. They offer raw, real-time community engagement. They essentially operate as live news hubs where creators react to breaking rumors, form open chat predictions, and foster this sense of immediate shared experience. Fans today don't just want to be lectured on what might happen. They want to debate it live, in the trenches, in the chat with thousands of other diehard fans. So the crucial point is right here in the data. We're seeing channels like Menace and the Monk pulling in over 9,200 views on a streamed prediction session. Or take YJR, with 3,400 people watching live simultaneously under the wonderfully panicked title, What the Helly is Happening? Then there's ZBK, racking up 24,000 views on a stream that only ended 13 hours ago. These live news formats are capturing thousands of active viewers constantly, basically turning independent creators into round-the-clock, highly interactive sports anchors.
Okay, let's look at Section 4, Leveraging Football Megastars. Our source data reveals a really heavy reliance on 3 established, algorithmically bulletproof mega-narratives. First up, you have Lamine Yamal. He represents the first World Cup narrative. You know, the exciting new prodigy stepping onto the massive global stage for the first time. Then you have Cristiano Ronaldo, who embodies the dramatic final trophy narrative. Can the veteran finally win the ultimate prize before hanging up his boots? And finally, Lionel Messi, driving the defending champion narrative. Can he actually do the impossible and go back-to-back? Relying on these specific players is brilliant because it guarantees a baseline of algorithmic traction. Millions of fans are already searching for these exact names every single day.
And we have the proof right here. These are actual trending titles taken straight from our source material. ZBK leans directly into the prodigy angle with Yamal's first World Cup. One MUFC goes straight for the emotional veteran hook with, can Ronaldo end his story with a World Cup trophy? And Diviange plays on pure doubt with the brutal truth about Argentina's 2026. Can Messi really win? They aren't just talking about abstract team tactics. They are intentionally attaching their predictions to the biggest individual personal brands on the planet to drive massive click-through rates.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Unpredictability as a Strategy. Notice how we define this underlying phenomenon, the unpredictability engine. Creators are actively utilizing the completely unknown outcomes of this massive 4018 tournament to generate basically infinite what-if scenarios. For example, Drawbaba explicitly uses phrases like shocking group stage exits and dark horses as foundational elements of their video descriptions. Because, think about it, when no one actually knows what will happen, literally every crazy theory is valid content. The more unpredictable the tournament is, the more videos you can make exploring every possible timeline, and the more the audience will watch just to see if their own crazy theory matches yours.
Which leaves us with a truly fascinating dynamic as we look toward the future of sports media. The actual tournament is still just a dream on the horizon, right? But the spectacle on YouTube, that is happening right now. It's pulling in millions of eyeballs, fueling live news cycles, and generating endless, passionate debate. It really makes you wonder, are we eagerly anticipating watching the World Cup itself, or have we become just as addicted to watching the creators talk about it? Definitely something to think about the next time you click on a live prediction stream. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on how this wild digital landscape continues to evolve.